Welcome to lesson number 5. In this lesson, we will be looking at what are the business analysis deliverables. Before I dive into this, the first thing I would like to do is to define what I mean by deliverable. So a deliverable is a tangible or intangible good or service produced as a result of a project that is intended to be delivered to a customer, either an internal customer or an external customer. So a deliverable could be a report, it could be a document, it could be a software product, it could be literally anything that is delivered as part of a project. Now that we have our definition of what a deliverable is, we will look at what are some of the business analysis deliverables. So I have split this into two. The first one being the core business analysis deliverables. And also I have a list which is, more of supporting business analysis deliverables. And these are deliverables that are not core, or the deliverables that, depending on the size of the project, you may have other people owning and delivering those deliverables. So for the core deliverables, I have business analysis approach. This is simply how the BA will do the work. I also have business case. This is the justification for the project. So the BAs also create business requirements document. Now this business requirement document, this is the bread and butter for business analysts. So business requirements document is one of the major deliverables for business analysts, because this will contain the functional and the non-functional requirements or the needs of the business. So part of the core deliverables include the process models or process maps. This is usually a pictorial representation of how, or the sequence through which processes or activities are completed within the organization. And then we have our user stories, which are a different form of requirements. We have our use cases and use case diagrams, which is same business requirements represented in a slightly different way. And in a nutshell, these are some of the core business analysis deliverables. Now, this is not an exhaustive list in any way, shape, or form. It's just a list of some of the key deliverables that we need to be aware of as we undergo or undertake this journey. In terms of the supporting deliverables, we have our project charter. This is originally the deliverable of the project manager, but in some cases, the BA may support or may even take ownership for creating this document. You also have a gap analysis. The BA could support in doing this as well. You have your test strategy and test cases. Depending on the organization, the resourcing, the BA may be doing this as part of the project. Again, you have training materials. Now, some big organizations have a learning and development department that focus on training and providing end users with training. Now, if it's a smaller organization, they may not have a dedicated learning and development team. So the BA will have to carry out the activity or conduct the training activities. We also have the RAID log. RAID simply means risks, assumptions, issues, and dependencies. So the BA may support in creating and maintaining the RAID log. The BA may also be required to support with data mapping. They may also be required to support with change request. This is when something changes halfway through the project and there's a need to adapt to that change, obviously after the impact of the change has been effectively assessed. So they may support with conducting that change request or coordinating that change request activity. And they may be required to support with any other activity as required by the project manager or by the project. So like I said earlier, this is not an exhaustive list. There are organizations where the BA is expected to carry out a SWOT analysis and also deliver different order documentation. So this is in no way, shape, or form an exhaustive list, but just to give us an indication of some of the deliverables that business analysts deliver on a day-to-day basis. So in the next lesson, we will be looking at what skills are required to become a business analyst. Stay tuned. See you soon.